Lord, we thank you for this beautiful day you've given us, Lord. We thank you for all this year. We thank you for the blessings that you give all of us. And Lord, we pray that you help us to make good decisions, bless our country, our health, and Lord, every family here. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. First on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Next is approval from minutes of October 22nd, 2020. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Motion has been made. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next on the agenda is executive session. I'm sorry I wouldn't do this to you, but if you all would, I need a motion on the floor to go into executive session first, sorry.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Report is in there, in your binder. Pardon? The general account, beginning balance on October 20th, 2020 was $45,712.03. Income was $780, totaling $46,492.03. Utilities and cleaning refunds and maintenance totaled $22,712.72, leaving us a balance of $23,779.31 for, and as we will be getting the check from the county commission either next week or the 1st of January, so that will bring another $16,000 into our checking account. Pool balance, $10,894.50. Pool sales for 2021 is $250, bringing us to balance of $11,144.50. Health Department license and SAMS membership totaling $325.36 as of 11/30/2020. The balance is $10,819.14. Do we have any questions or?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still on utilities. Are we on budget or are we on monthly?
We're on, actually there is no budget on anything anymore. There used to be a budget on electricity, but the electricity is, you pay $200 one month, used to be on budget, and then you pay another $200 and it should have balanced out by the end of the year. But they just started reading the bills every month, and that's just the way the utilities are. James and I did talk with the phone company with the internet at the dining hall. We cannot suspend the service on it. We did suspend the service on the pool because it isn't under contract like the one down here at the dining hall. If we go off of the contract, then we have to buy out the contract, which is basically what the bill is going to be for the month anyway.
Just for a period of time, or is that the contract all the way through?
Contract all the way through. And I think it was,
And how much longer do we have on the contract?
she told me 3 years.
From,
She said it had just renewed, and I didn't know anything about it,
So it evidently
did.
does it on its own?
evidently.
And it's automatically. We need to
Who do you?
contact them and say, hey, the next time it's like your drugs at the drugstore, if they can fill a script, they think they can fill it beside the to you. And you maybe need to put a flag on that account saying the next time the internet, whatever comes due, we need to have contact from them, telling them what they're gonna do to us.
Yeah.
Who you got up here?
Frontier.
Frontier.
Wow.
The most wonderful internet system in the United States of America.
We were trying to do the vacation thing where you can suspend the service for a certain amount of time, but they don't offer it anymore. So
Yeah, that's by the wayside.
Well, how much is it to get rid of it? How much is it?
It's $50 a month. But that's minuscule in comparison to $3,450 that was spent for utilities. Now, no, we're not renting cabins. The cabins are all closed. There's no baseball. There's no soccer. There's no nothing.
Do we
The
have,
restrooms are closed now, so there should be minimal water being used.
do we have a breakdown on the electric, the gas, and the water? It's all covered under one utilities line item, but it needs broken down and broken out so you can tell where it's going.
Okay.
Lights in the park isn't on this, is it?
Huh?
Lights in the park's not on this.
No, it won't be till January.
Yeah.
It does seem a little steep, doesn't it?
How many do we have meters?
1,500.
Yeah, there's several meters on the, for the power, and there is several meters on for the water. But this is the thing that you've got to think about. If you have to have the electric shut off to work on something at Muddlety Cabin, then you have to have, if you have one meter, then the whole park is shut off. And so with the individual meters, and that's the same way with water, if you have a water leak at the 4-H building in the summertime, then, or during the fair or anything, then you risk having the whole park being out of water for however long it takes to get the water meter fixed.
That's $50 a month for just for water and sewage, I mean, for a minimum, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you gotta pay a minimum if it's on.
Yeah, if it's on or not, we still have to pay that minimum. And it's a business, I think it's a business minimum, not a
That's correct.
Private.
residential.
Yeah,
minimum.
residential.
When all the water shut down in the bathrooms and stuff, and concession stands and bathrooms and.
Everything is 4-H is still on.
Make candy cane.
4-H is, the water's still on the 4-H building. Muddlety Cabin is still on because that's the one cabin that we use for rentals. And then the dining hall is still on.
Because it gets rented.
But if you're not
Because
using anything, it still should be minimal, you know.
Right.
It should be minimal.
The commercial minimum is 5 to 1 times higher than the residential water residential.
I'm sorry?
Commercial minimum, a minimum bill on a commercial account for a month, they have a minimum rate,
Okay.
whether you use it or not.
Yeah, that is commercial rate.
I'm not sure what it is, but I know it's 5 times higher than residential.
That's 5 times.
So we're looking $200 for a minute.
That's $200 a month.
Okay, the state,
Non-residential's $8.
Pine Lodge, which is still on,
Minimum.
the minimum for Pine Lodge water is $49.42.
Minimum?
Minimum.
Yeah.
So,
Pole Barn is shut off. Pole Barn minimum is $21.64. $3.22.
That's a water station.
so we're getting better than the commercial rate.
That's an outside.
$21.64 is $3.22. I'm not sure.
oh, that's the house.
That's house. $21. So he's using minimum at the house.
You're less than not using any at Pine Lodge.
The showers and restrooms were, which, this was from October, but they were still on, was $91.28. Dining hall is $81.88.
See, that's not sewer either.
That's sewer and water, yes. Because that's, with the city of Summersville, that's what you have, is sewer and water. Not sure, where's the 19 Memorial Park? Right here at the office.
Why the difference?
Oh, huh?
Why the difference?
Why the difference?
Yeah, why is Pine Lodge so cheap and the others not?
Size of the pipe. Half-inch pipe is considerably less than
As
a
old as it
three-quarter.
is, it
Three-quarter is
probably,
less than a one-inch.
they got some little underground ground support, poking it up, I don't know if it's been down there.
Just dribbling, water's just dribbling.
Yeah. Dining hall.
Ours probably right, probably is something.
19, the office here is $21.64. The pool, which was still at an adjustment carried on, is $399.86. And that should have gone out of, that was in October. It should have gone out of the pool account instead of the, and then, oh, that's the same one. But that's the meters, $687.36 in October. And November, it was $627, so it's basically the same thing. It's very, $50 difference, and that's probably because of the shower houses was still on at the time, so there's a difference in,
There's nothing we can do to get that down? I mean, water.
you have to pay,
isn't
you have to pay the
enough-
minimum.
Yeah.
I mean,
But my question being is, you got some there, it's minimum of $21, you got another with $50 or $47?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Well,
What's
the-
difference?
Meter's a quarter-inch.
Well, the Pine Lodge was also being used by the churches.
yeah, Pine
The
Lodge,
meter's a half-inch meter, it's one price. If it's a
That's true,
three-quarter
Jay.
inch
Yeah, I
meter,
thought about that.
it's a
Are
higher
Are you
price.
serious?
Yeah,
Really? I thought you was joking with me.
no,
Size of the line? Is that what he said? Is that right?
Bill,
yeah.
the basic may
Why would it make any
21
difference? The water going
Put the
out.
rate card on your bill next time.
the basic may be $21 for Pine Lodge, but it's being used right now by a church.
Well, not now, for this month.
They were
Yeah,
for
but
that
they
bill.
were for those months.
So that could be a bill on top of the basic,
Right.
being 40-some. It may be 21 as well.
the dining hall,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
the dining hall was $95 for November when it was actually we used a little bit more gas, electric or water on the dining hall. It was $95 in November and it was $81 in
We had two or three rentals in November as well in the dining hall.
which would have made December's bill just a little higher. And the utilities,
Got the power.
that's a power. Pole by the pool, $56. Dining hall, $136. House, $73. Shower house, $15. And don't ask me why it's $15 when there's nothing in the shower house. Don't know.
You better
There's an
not.
outside light on it?
Huh?
There's an outside light on each side, isn't
There might be.
Unless it's burnt out, yeah, there is one there.
The pool was $796, but we still had everything on then.
For what? What? For when?
For the
Pop
pool,
machines are unplugged, aren't they?
I don't know whether she shut them unplugged or not because she stores some, mayonnaise and stuff that hasn't gone out of date. She keeps it in there to keep it cold.
In a pop machine?
Yeah. But if you put it in the pop machine to keep the mice out of it, and you leave it shut,
Yeah.
then you have to have it on, or it's gonna smell.
It'll make mildew if you leave it shuttered up.
Yeah. Utility building, I'm assuming
That's
that's
the garage building.
garage was $41.88.
Pardon me, let's go back to the pool again on that electricity.
Okay?
And that was what? And for what month?
This was November's bill,
And it was how much?
$7.96.
Okay, and the pool's been shut down and winterized, right?
I'm not sure.
It is now.
It is now, I'm not sure it was shut
Not at
in.
that time.
But, you know how many pop machines you got down there?
Well, the pump was still running.
The who?
The pump, the water pump that circulates the water through the pool.
At $700 a month?
What will it be now?
It won't be after this month. It'll go down.
God, I hope so.
Yes, because the pool's been closed since October.
Yeah, but it's been warm and you have to continue to circulate the chlorine to keep the algae from growing in the pool.
And it runs 24/7, Bill, that pump does.
Yeah, so either we shut the pump off and pay to clean the pool every spring, or we run the pump and not have to.
It's off now, though.
Yeah,
Now that
should
it's
be.
cold.
See, but you're gonna have to clean the spring, cause you're gonna have to pay to have it pumped, to have it cleaned, right?
Right.
In the spring?
You're paying the lifeguards to.
You need a lifeguard.
It'll be clean.
Okay,
I
so
mean, we'll clean it.
why then was it running through November? Why wasn't it shut down?
Because if you shut it
Warm.
off while it's still warm and the sun's still shining, and the algae will grow.
And the algae's gonna grow in the spring before it opens, right?
Not if you turn
Well-
the pump on.
Depending on
We'll
the
turn the
temperature.
pump on before it warms up too much.
It depends on the temperature, Bill, as to when they
Yeah.
turn it on.
I'll
And
have to turn the pump back on.
one of the things that Emily did last year, that James is gonna do too, is when it starts getting spring through chlorine,
Yes,
she threw chlorine in it, and that helped a lot.
it
Yeah.
does help, yes.
It helped
Shock
keep
it.
the algae down.
It
So,
does, definitely.
they didn't have to clean as much this year as they had in years past.
Oh,
Because
it
that,
definitely helps if you throw chemicals
Yeah.
in.
Mhm.
so, okay, utility building. Pine Lodge was $31.17. 216, 10B, do you know where that's at?
10B.
I'm not sure where that was at.
Route 1, box 10B.
That's what the address used to be here.
For here, office building?
And it might be, was, no, we don't, ours comes from there. This is, I don't know what bill this one's for, we'll have to find out. $150.67. I'm thinking that's probably the 4-H building. The pole barn was $5. And this is probably for one of the lights, is $8.92. Red box, the red box was $6. Red box number 2, that's one on the left side next to the barn and one on the right side right across from the barn, was $5. And is there a third red box down here?
What is it?
A third red box down there
So
is
by the horse farm.
probably, it was $5. That was November's. October's was, swimming pool was the same price, $793. Shower house was $13. 4-H building was $216. 199 Stadium Drive. This is probably one of the lights, down there next to the pool is $5. Service for tennis court was $11. Dining hall was $433.94. Utility building, the garage was $42.34. The house was $49.93. Red box, $5. Red box 2, $5.
Well, we haven't resolved anything, so let's move the agenda.
Okay. I mean, I don't know where we can cut the utility costs any more than they are right now.
James gonna have to throw in another blanket.
So do I have any more other questions about the accounts? Do I have a motion on the floor to accept bills or the financial report?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. And I need to backtrack 1 second. We come out of executive session. And in executive session, we discussed bonuses for the employees, and that was approved.
How much?
Yeah,
That's an executive
That was
session.
right.
Oh, huh?
that's.
How much do Ray want to know?
400 for Mike, 200 for James, and 100 for Charlie. Okay, all business. The pool repairs haven't been to that crosswalk and support for the, hasn't been done yet. He was waiting until the pit was drained until he can get in there and get exact measurements because he didn't want to make cuts and run a very expensive piece of metal. So he wanted to get exact measurements.
Who was doing that?
Orville.
Okay.
And I don't think the pit's totally drained yet.
Not totally.
Did you all drain it totally?
It should be drained unless it's leaking back in there.
Okay.
I can go by and check on it tomorrow.
Okay. Because it needs to be
It should-
emptied so that he can get down in there, because he won't need to get down in there to.
Okay.
In the Christmas lights in the park has started. We've had, only 2 people decorated. Damon with the Horse Association has decorated the one-room school, which really looks cute. And, one of the cabins, and then one of the hairdressers from town trustees decorated another one. Now, we've always have divided the monies, at first place, second place. With the 2, we're not asking, we always ask the county commission and mayor to vote for their choices, and then the third was public choice. My suggestion is to do the monies that we have always given past. We just divide the Horse Association and the hair salon.
Just give it to them.
Just give it to
I agree with that.
to split it between the 2. He had a church that was coming to decorate and he never showed up, and a business from Craigville was going to decorate and they never showed up. So he had more cabins to be decorated, but
So those are the only two that did it?
Well, this COVID thing's trying to
Yeah.
slow it off people.
Yeah.
right.
Everybody wants to.
True story.
I think
So-
It's a plan.
Okay,
Yep.
It's a good plan.
I need a motion.
I'll make it.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept the, to give the two businesses, this to split the money between the two that we normally do. Okay, new business, Modena, sent in her resignation, from the board. She just, and I'll read the letter. She says, I regret to inform you that I will be resigning as a board member and secretary of the Nicholas County Veterans Memorial Park effective immediately. I feel that my contribution to the park has met its limit and that it would be beneficial to the park if I would step down. Thank you for the honor and privilege of learning more about our wonderful Veterans Memorial Park. It is my hope that the Veterans Memorial Park will continue to be a place of enjoyment for all the Nicholas County citizens. Again, thank you for the privilege, and I look forward to seeing bigger and better things from our park. This was dated on November 18th, 2020. Sincerely, Modena. So with that, we need to make some recommendations to, for a new board member. And I thought with Lyle going off as county commissioner, and he has offered a lot of beneficial service to here. He's got some equipment that needs to be, that we could use here, and he has expressed interest in being a board member. It is my recommendation that we submit his name to the county commission as
I think you need a woman on the board. You've got too many men on it now. We need somebody that can step in and dance.
yeah, but we also needed somebody that can do.
Lyle never shows up, Susan. He was going to fix that cabin in there 4 years ago, and he hasn't fixed it yet.
Well, I don't disagree with that, but
We just need somebody. I like Lyle and everything, but we need a woman on the board.
Need what?
Need a
Another woman on the
woman on the
board.
board, somebody can step in and be a good secretary and treasurer.
You got somebody in mind?
Dwayne's talking to you.
What'd you say?
You got somebody in mind?
No, just push the word out, I'd say.
What was Modina's appointing body? Was it county commissioner or was it?
she went in, when the board split and left. I think she was one of the people that went in and volunteered to fill the position.
Would Lyle Neal come to a meeting?
Yes.
Well, like you say now, he's talking about doing that cabin down there. If he's on the board,
4 years. Never showed up.
Well, he wasn't on the board either, but he has done a lot of repair work to some of our,
Right.
some little bit of equipment we have it broke down, and he did it on his own.
You spread that stuff out.
now if he's in here, he's on the board now, he'll maybe do it.
So,
And he had,
how does this work, Susan? Like, how many names can you submit to the,
Many as you want to.
Who you want to? I mean,
You
as
can
far
put what looks like a Sears Roebuck catalog if you want to.
And they decide then on the list
It's
of
up to the
names,
commission.
or
yeah, they go on the recommendation of the board.
that holds water?
and how many can we have?
Many as you want.
On
Board
our
members?
board, we can have how
No.
many?
No. We need one more board member to replace Modena.
Oh, okay.
But we can submit as many names as we want.
Okay.
And then
But
they,
also we need an able-bodied man that can help James dig ditches and,
Hey, you have them up here in Charleston, James. Lyle never even finished it, or did snow it this season. That's been a year. I like Bobby, he never finishes that thing.
Well, and
But
part
we're
of it,
doing this board, we'll make it.
that's exactly right. As a county commissioner, we couldn't,
No, that's, county commission, that didn't matter to him. He just didn't do it.
Well, you said that was 4 years ago. How come the old board didn't take it up?
You want an answer to that? Is that why you're staring at me?
No, I wasn't staring at you. I was looking at Jim for his answer there, why they didn't take it up. He was on the old board. And I understand, Jim. I mean, I've got, the rumor is that if he is appointed to the board, you're gonna resign.
He says not gonna do it.
I'm sorry?
well,
They'll appoint who they want anyway.
Right.
We can, his name can be submitted along with anybody else's opinion as to who needs to be on it.
Right.
And bottom line, it'll be up to the commission as a board
Absolutely.
to
Absolutely.
choose who is our new next
Well,
board
let's
member.
submit Lyle and a woman that Jim wants to submit.
And anybody else? Somebody else got an opinion? Somebody on mine?
I got a name that would, Steve Burkholder.
He's, who?
Steve Burkholder.
Steve Burkholder.
He's been on before, I think.
No, he hadn't.
Is he from there?
No, he's from there, just right past his house.
So Leah's husband, Leah, Steve.
I mean, you can put the name out there, so that's, I mean,
Well, and we also have to contact Steve.
That's Steve, he said.
We also need to make sure that they will accept that position.
At the top, you do need to write down everybody that was here tonight.
I didn't take him up.
Everybody would take
Oh.
it. Should be nine.
He's there.
We're short one board member.
Okay,
He's an engineer.
He's not here.
so do I have, do I have a recommendation that we can put in formal writing to the board?
Yeah.
I recommend Lyle. Do you have it?
I don't know that we have to vote on that, Susan. I mean, we
What's
can
that?
write the
That's
letter.
not a voting issue, I don't believe.
What is
All
it?
right.
No, I
Here
don't
are the
think
names,
so.
here are the names that were recommended at the last board meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody that wants somebody, if they've got somebody in mind, like Eugene or Jim, whatever, we can just
They
submit
take
them to the
them
county
anyway.
commission.
Yeah.
Beg pardon, Eugene?
They take the names down there
That's
and
what I'm saying.
pick
If
out who
you-
they want.
Anybody in here, you call or go into the county commission and submit them to them. But that's not a voting matter up here.
Okay.
And somebody could
So
go
you
in there off the
just
street.
submit
and
them as a
Like
board
him.
member?
I mean,
Sure.
I don't need
Yeah,
to take the list.
Well, somebody off the street could go in and say, I think this would make you all an ideal board member up there.
There's probably a name
Okay.
already submitted to them.
So I don't need to make a list of who they are. Because
No,
I might
you
not
do
know
not.
all of them. Okay.
No,
All right.
it's not a
I would
voting matter.
suggest-
You submit them to the county commission and they'll vote on somebody and somebody will show up. That's not on us.
I would suggest, Jennifer and everyone else, that we give ourselves a week or 10 days or some finite time period to see who's out there who might be interested and put them on that list, rather than say one.
And if you,
man.
but if you have a thought, if you have someone in mind that you would like to
That's all you have to
submit,
do.
just call the county commission.
Right.
Well, like, when will they make this decision? Like, how much time do
It'll
we
be the
have?
2nd of January.
For their next meeting.
Oh,
We've got 2 weeks.
I'll send them a name tomorrow. I'll send them a name tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. Just call Patty or Mary at the county commission office and submit the name.
There's people talking to me about it. That'd be good.
so if anybody wants anybody, we have till January 2nd.
That's correct.
You need to make your recommendation.
Next on the agenda is getting James a debit card. So I needed, in order to put him on the bank account and get the debit card for him, it has to be in a motion and an amendment.
It'll be over his first.
Is everybody fine with that?
What was that? I'm sorry.
In order to get James a debit card, which he's passed his probation,
Mm-hmm.
in order to do that, it has to be recorded in the minutes, and we have to agree to it. And and then he can be put on the bank account, and we can get him a debit card.
Okay.
What is the monthly limit on the debit card?
The daily limit is $500.
Is that minimum?
Daily minimum limit is $500.
I'm kinda gun shy about Kent Hall.
Can we not make it any lower?
He hurt this part.
We do have the app built to where every time it's used, it shows up on her phone.
It does. Every
I don't
time
care if it's for 10 cents.
it shows up on my
It
phone.
instantly contacts that app, which she has on her phone.
And I can get into the bank account and I can check it. If he decides to go in and take that app off, then I can log on to the bank account and see if he's doing up to any shenanigans.
Shouldn't you go to Bexley very often?
This is new.
I actually never go to Beckley.
That's a really bad joke.
I've heard about it. I've
You're
heard about
allowed to go to Beckley, Greg.
I was about to give a smart aleck
Just
answer,
not
but I didn't know if that'd
It's
be
more
good.
than, it's more than salt road and that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Do I have a motion on the floor?
Yes.
Yeah, Mary did and I'll second it.
A motion on the floor to change the debit card for the park account and the pool account, I should add.
All those in favor?
All those in favor?
Well, when you change the rules, is it a debit card, one card for the park and pool, or one card for the park, one card for the pool?
One card for the park and one card for the pool, because we have two accounts.
That's different.
And I get the app for both of them.
We need to rephrase the motion for that, or is it,
Yes, rephrase the motion that it is a debit card for the park and for the pool.
I'm writing it the way it's supposed to be.
Mary's on it.
please
Yeah.
do, Mary?
That's a good job.
Two separate debit cards for two separate accounts. That's
Right.
what we need to vote on.
You still make that motion, Mary?
Yes, I'll still make that motion.
And the
And I
motion
still
is
second.
seconded. All in favor? Opposed? Be very cautious, my friend.
I shall.
No personal use whatsoever, none.
That's it, that is actually a fireable with a fence. If you use it for any personal use, it is a fireable fence, no questions asked.
Understood.
Okay, and the park report.
Okay, so we've got the cabins, 4-H building, bathrooms, shower houses, pool. They're all winterized. Mike and Charlie took care of that. We have the gas house and shop buildings. I got up there and cleaned off all those roofs, the roofs of those buildings. On top of the gas house, there's actually a sapling growing up on top of the roof. This tall. I was pretty surprised. And on the roof beside the garage, where we parked the tractor, there was moss stacks, like seriously this thick up there. I'm surprised it didn't fall in already, but we got all that stuff cleaned off now. I also took out the lumber that was stacked out there beside the gas house being ruined. Pulled out all the bad lumber, stacked all the good lumber in a good spot, so that way it could actually air out a little bit. And in the process of moving those back under something instead of beside something where water just cascades on top of it. We also cleaned out the carports beside the garage and the gas house, so it's a lot more neat and organized in there. It's not just a bunch of stuff all over the place. Obviously, all the Christmas displays have been put up, and I definitely have to commend Mike and Charlie on that. They worked hard at it. Let's see here. Mike and Charlie also filled in a lot of potholes down there at the back side of the park. And pretty soon I'm also going to start repairing the back wall in the carport where we park the tractor, because the boards on the back side right there are just so deteriorated. So I'm gonna be replacing those within the next month or so. But that's pretty much everything I have.
This stuff needed done for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, obviously, how old was the sapling?
A couple of years at least. About that tall.
I mean, it sounded like it was big enough to dig.
Transplanted, James, or just cut it?
Yeah, I did actually. I transplanted it over in the tree line behind the garage. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
where we dumped everything out.
Right.
Okay.
He's
One of
also,
the streetlights is out.
Oh,
pardon?
yeah, one of the street lights are out right out here, between the dining hall and 4-H building. There's a street light out right there. So,
They had trouble with that when it
Right.
first started.
right, that's what Mike was telling me. I had Mike and Charlie. They went ahead and filled in the like the top of the conduit with silicone, so that way water can't sit in there. I don't think I have anything else for my report.
Well, actually, I can add to that. He has trimmed the shrubs in front of the,
Oh, yeah, I did do that. I trimmed all the shrubs. I trimmed the shrubs in the memorial, in front of and beside the dining hall. Trimmed all the ones in front of the cabins, the ones by the barn. Pretty much all the
They were-
bushes that needed trimming.
Yeah, they
I
were
went
needing
ahead.
that.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
And they look a lot better, look a lot cleaner and neater.
I planted
and he's also looked at the guttering
Oh,
that is
yes.
stacked up beside.
That is also, once we get a warm spell, that's something else I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting up gutters on the buildings that need it, because you can see where
Oh,
that
excellent.
water coming down is
Yep.
just eroding the foundation, so.
Mhm.
And that's,
That's
he
it.
didn't know the gutter was down there, but that's
Right.
something that,
She pointed them out to me, I was like, oh, that's good, because I was hoping I
We
would.
really need them.
Right.
Yeah.
the only thing that is needed is probably a seamless gutter on the dining hall to save our air conditioner. That's gonna cost some money, and we'll look at that for springtime. And he, oh, he has everything up to date in the office with the taxes and everything, so he's good, we're good on that too, so. In your packet here, you will see, going on to the president's comments, does anybody have any questions for James, or something that they see that needs to be done?
Are you doing all right on the collections of your
What's that?
Christmas lights?
Oh, yeah, we've raised almost $500 so far in donations, so.
Well, that's not bad in the code.
No, it's not.
Is that just down in the box? We haven't had anyone in the booth?
I've been down there just about every night.
Okay,
Jim comes out sometimes and helps out with it.
okay.
I appreciate that, James.
No problem.
And if you all have the opportunity to set a night,
What are the times for that? You can do that.
6 to 9,
the lights go off at
10.
10. So. Last year was a good year because it was warm and people were out more. This year it's been colder, and I think COVID keeps some stuff in.
I have seen a lot of good feedback on Facebook though about
He
the
just-
people that have come have responded that their kids liked it, it was nice, and
Yeah, and I'm sorry we couldn't have Santa Claus this year, but Santa Claus didn't.
When did the lights get turned off? When did the lights get turned off?
The last day of December.
You gonna take that Monday? I'm not coming back Monday night, maybe.
And
I'll let you know then.
All right.
In your packet is a list for the next year's meeting schedule. And I was going to have him update the list for the board members with addresses, emails, and phone numbers, but I decided to wait and have him do that until after we get somebody else appointed. I think James has done a real good job. He's been busy, he gets fancy, and I worry about him working too much, but he's had a couple of boo-boos, but, you know, he's still on that learning curve. He had a busload of boys football boys, and
Yeah,
forgot that they had turned off the water to the bathrooms, and
Right.
they made a mess of it,
Yeah.
so.
but I already got that cleaned up, so.
So I'm gonna say it's been a learning curve.
Never again, never again.
Never again.
No better teacher than experience.
Right. I'll learn that one.
There's no other questions? Does any board members have comments? Or questions? If not, we'll move on to the elections of officers. The election of officers is now open.
I nominate Jennifer Kaufman for president.
Yeah, I nominate Susan back for another year because we were deep in the woods for a long, long time. And we're just now getting out in the edges where we can look out in the open field. And I think that somebody's gonna still have to, James being new, have to be willing to spend another 10 or 15 hours of their personal time a week at the start. Susan's demonstrated that in the last 2 years. So I would like to nominate Susan.
Is there any other nominations on the floor?
Are we doing it one chair at a time or overall?
I think that's the way we're going to do it, since that was the way it started.
Yeah. So it's just president.
Yeah. Motion is on the floor for Jennifer Kaufman.
And I move that we do a secret ballot,
And do it secret ballot?
Yeah.
just to avoid any
Okay.
hard feelings.
Okay. The motion is on the floor for Jennifer Kaufman and myself as president. If you will take a piece of paper and vote.
Your pen too?
Yep.
I reckon that's illegal. They have to leave.
Extra paper laying around.
Well,
Sure
and
can.
well, and
Everybody
we
needs to clean
need
this out.
paper.
Don't you need to leave? Go out. You too?
Randy, you can collect them in your hat, probably.
Yep, sure.
Yeah, Randy.
We're voting this on the president.
You gonna be the vote counting?
Sure, I can. If I can count that.
Looks like you get them shoes off.
Right? My
This
president.
this could get hot.
Thank you, sir.
We've got all ours, James.
Got all yours? Yeah. Okay. You want to count?
You can.
One for Susan,
I'm sorry, say it loud so I can understand.
one for Susan,
Okay,
two for Susan, one for Jennifer, three for Susan, four for Susan, two for Jennifer, three for Jennifer, and five for Susan. That's 5-2. Yep, 5-3.
9 votes, it should be 9 votes. 9 members.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
That's correct, Ray. That's only 8.
Yeah, I only had
I can't vote
You couldn't vote either.
You voted last year.
because it was a tie. No, I didn't vote.
You said, can I vote for myself? And Bill told you yes, and you did.
When, last year? No.
Uh-huh.
No, it didn't. There was no vote because.
Wasn't no vote last year.
The nomination be closed, it was closed, and so there was no vote.
Okay, the year we voted, she voted for herself.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, presuming Susan
Well, it's
did
5 and
vote
3,
first,
so
Take a vote, take away a vote.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
so that'd be it. I mean, 5 and 3 is 8 anyway. Or with 9, that's 9, so
5 to 3.
5, 3 anyway, right?
It's 5 to 3 the way it is now. Yes.
So if I would vote, it would make it.
6 to 3. All right, Vice President?
Vice President, do I have a nomination for Vice President?
How about Mary Spencer?
Mary Spencer? Okay. Mary Spencer?
Who is our vice president at the moment?
Jewel Lane?
And I respectfully will not.
Do we have any other nominations on the floor for,
Well,
Vice President?
why come that, can we not put her as secretary?
We can do both.
You get both, you got both of them there.
That's not fair. Let me ask you,
How about you be vice president?
which position would you rather hold?
Whichever you all rather me do. I don't care.
You
Oh,
don't
this is
have
hard.
a personal preference.
I suppose not. I'm not a very good secretary, but I'll get better, I suppose.
All right, we'll mix it up a little bit then. I nominate Mary for secretary then. How's that? We'll do that next.
I'll nominate you vice president.
We're on Vice President, so.
right,
I
she
move the
said-
nominations be closed.
For Jennifer?
Both.
Okay, nominations are closed for both Jennifer and
Mary,
Mary. That's Secretary and Treasurer, or Secretary and Vice President.
yes.
Treasurer, Damon.
Let's just leave Damon.
Call for
Damon, you want to stay there?
If nobody's got any complaints, no.
What are you?
Treasurer.
What are you?
I didn't hear that.
What about 5'11"? Your boots?
And that saves having to change a lot of things on the
Okay, I gotcha.
Call for the question.
motions on the floor to accept the officers that have been presented. President, Susan Hillary, Vice President, Jennifer Kaufman, Secretary, Mary Spencer, and Treasurer, Damon Kincaid. Do I have any objections to those? If not, call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Does anybody have any questions or comments? If not, we are looking at being adjourned.
I move to the adjournment.
Second.
You'll do a better job.
Motion's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We'll see you in January.
Merry